YouTubers, this is Railroad Marky. It's a review on a new locomotive I just purchased. A lot of my stock, all my stock is British Railways, but we live here in Australia, and I've seen this come up on the website from Hutton's and also from the little train shop in Tasmania, which is here in Australia. I'll give them a free plug whilst I'm there, a free plug for them. And here we have it. Is the C38 class locomotive. Now this is a great locomotive, 3806. This was, you might know the 3801, which was a streamlined Pacific locomotive. This was the first one that came out not streamlined. So it's the 3806, the first 5 were streamlined. This one wasn't. And I brought this on impulse through my father, who was an engine driver at the time, would have driven the same locomotive. So I brought it on the instinct. I seen it. I seen Sam's Trains actually advertised it in one of his news products. So I thought I'd just go and buy it, just out of pure love for this locomotive. So that's her there. I've opened the end of the box just so I wouldn't damage the box by opening it. As you can see, I haven't even taken it out of the packet yet. Still in the packaging. We have some instructions with it, just a very brief detail of things to do and not to do. Here we have the, as you can see, the motor has the flywheels on it, and just a few points of how to get the locomotive body off, put the chip in, and close tendering if it's going to show the model. But that's just a little bit on the class. As you can see, it's a 38 C class 4620 Pacific Express passenger locomotive, and it is DCC ready, so which is fantastic. So I'll be able to chip that up later, put that into my set. What am I missing? My little knife. Oh, here it is over here. Sorry, excuse me. I need a little knife. Open it up. As I said, I haven't opened this yet, so it's the first time I'm opening it. Cut across there. That's her there. Now, unfortunately, it comes in the foam box, but it does have a nice little plastic covering out of there. We'll get the tender out first and see how I'll push through. This is HO gauge also too. So there's the tender. 3806. No sprung buffers on it, unfortunately. It has the nub locking there, but it is a NEM coupling, so I can pull it out and put any coupling I like into this locomotive at all. I haven't got any New South Wales rolling stock yet, but that will come. I've noticed online you can actually pre-order the coaches to go with this locomotive. You notice the tender here, the actual 2 bogies are actually fixed, but there must be enough play in these bogie wheels for it to go around second radius curves, which is recommended on the thing. That's the tender, very free rolling. I'll just bring it back in the picture a bit more. Now we'll get the locomotive out. I'll just turn it over so I can get that nice and easily. It's come straight out, so there's no difficulty in trying to pull it out. There's a nice bit of weight to it. And that's her there. A beautiful looking little locomotive. Very much got the same type of wheels as the bullies have got on them. I do believe it has a working headlight. The valve gear, and what I do like is the rear bogie is movable. That's something I don't like at the present moment with most of the new Pacific locomotives you buy from Hornby. The pony truck is always fixed. The only other engine that's not done on, as I've got one here, is the county class. And they're now the bullied Pacifics, and they have movable rear ponies. We have cab detail. By the looks of it, the cab's pushed this this is not sort of, I would not say realistic. Looks like the front of the engine is brought forward a fair bit. I think the cab is normally a little bit bigger than that, but I could be wrong. But that's her looking at it straight away. What I'm going to do now is just going to pause this for a while. I'm going to put the chip in and I'll give it its first run. So I'll be back with you soon. Alright, just as you can see, I've removed the body now. Just looking at the motor. I don't dare to say that it's just a 3-pole motor in there somehow. By the size of it, doesn't look very convincing, does it? But I could be wrong. Nothing says on there that it isn't. But that's it with the chassis off. Some of the screws were in there very tight. Most of the lead weight is in the front boiler section here, the firebox section. That's what I've come up to, and notice that it's very heavy at the front end. The chassis is just cast iron, but everything else is just plastic on it. The wheels are metal. But looking at this model, I dare say it's been run before. I'm not positive on that, but I don't know if they tested or whatever, but it feels like there's run marks on the wheels, so I don't know if that's the normal procedure they have down there, just to test to make sure they run. But yeah, but the box was sealed, so I must probably say it's something they might have done at the factory. These are made in China, believe it or not. So the representation of this locomotive, the valve gear looks very good on it. What I've looked at most pictures of it. As you can see, I've removed the blank plug for the locomotive. I have a concept chip to put into it. Number one's the front one. Pop that in. We'll work out where we're going to sit this chip, and I'll be back with you later. I'll have it all put back together. Alright, I'm back. A bit of a one thing I've just noticed is a bit of a gap between here on the locomotive. You can actually see my hand through the other side. I don't know if that was typical of the locomotive, but just that's where it seems to sit. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but it all seems to fit into where it was supposed to go. So that's it, she's done. I couldn't put that chip in. I had a little bit of trouble sourcing a spot to put it, so I went to a Gauge Master. I think it's a C39 chip, I'm not too sure, which just fits straight in the plug. It's just a one chip. So hopefully they'll work it out right. We'll put on the track and we'll punch in the number that this chip come out of. Let's see if we get. I'll turn this around for you so you can actually see what I'm doing. Put the track just over here. Let's see what that drawbar is. Make sure it's all on the tracks. Front values are on. Tender on. Right, she's all seems to be ready to go. I'll just remove my camera for a second. I'm back with you in one moment. Okay guys, I'm back. She's on the rails, ready to run. So we're gonna turn up the power a little bit, see what we get. Oh, the jolt. Let's see if we can get this to move. A bit of resistance there. Alright, give me a few moments, I'll be back.